But it's not him. What are you starting with?
Okay.
Well, let me make sure that we're getting the things. The thingy.
Okay, I got it. Watch now.
Okay, just make sure they can hear us and stuff. I think they can hear us. And also like the video, guys. Make sure to like and subscribe.
Not a single person watching.
Yeah, because we're like 5 seconds into the video. This game.
Why is it so delayed?
Why
is it so delayed?
It's not that delayed. It's right there. This kid.
Okay, actually.
So unfunny. So unfunny. Okay. Make sure to like and subscribe to the video.
Okay, let's get started. Shut up, baby. Okay, so we had 2 games yesterday.
Yeah. It's not that funny, Dave. Just talk.
It was the Texans and Chargers game. And then there was also the Baltimore Steelers. The Texans blew the Chargers out of the water, as we saw, with their 32-12 score. I believe there was 2 pick sixes.
No. There was 1 pick six.
I thought it was 2 pick sixes. Okay. So there was.
I don't think so. I'll check.
Okay, so there was 1. Well, there was 4. There's 4 interceptions in the game, which is more interceptions than he had the entire regular season. Justin Herbert, Avery.
That's it. You gotta say that. You gotta say Justin Herbert through 4 interceptions.
Okay. Truly, just a remarkable game by the Houston Texans.
Yeah, Texans haven't really looked great all season. I mean, they've they won their division, but not well. Their entire division sucks. Obviously, the Chargers had a better record going into this game at 11-5 or 11-6. But the Texans came out to play. Beginning of the game looked really bad. The Chargers scored a field goal.
Yeah, they didn't score once in the first quarter.
Texans fumbled on the first play of their first drive.
But Texans did come back and had an awesome game. I will say that Justin Herbert threw a bomb to Tad McConkey, an 80-yard pass straight down the field. 86, sorry. But I think that they just weren't playing well because, right after the touchdown, they got their extra point blocked and run for a safety.
Yeah, I actually want to talk about that. I don't know if you saw what the kicker did, but he must not know the rules of the game because the ball was just in the air and he spiked it. This is not volleyball. Instead of at least grabbing the ball.
Well, I'm pretty sure
getting the 2-point conversion.
What it seemed like for me was that he was trying to catch it, but obviously kickers aren't trained to catch the ball, so he missed the catch. Landed on the ground, counted as a fumble, ran for a safety.
It looked like he more just batted it away, thinking that didn't matter. Plus, according to the rules, if no other offensive player touches it after the kick is blocked, then it's not a live ball, and it's just a missed PAT, where the kicker just really wanted the ball, I guess, and decided to bat it down onto the ground. And
I don't know. Is it a new kicker?
No, it's been the same kicker all season, and that's why you think they'd at least know that part of the rules. That's their expertise. But I think the Texans looked good. You can't. What are you doing? I think the Texans looked good, and I think the Texans playing the Chiefs next week if the Bills beat the Broncos. It's going to be a good game, a lot better than the one earlier this season where the Chiefs just absolutely dominated.
I think the Chiefs are going to dominate.
I think it's a bye, though. And you've seen how teams are after their byes.
I guess.
Go back to college football. All 4 bye teams lost.
I know, but I think that with Patrick Mahomes being so glorious that he's going to
But he's hurt. He's going to be playing off of an injury.
Patrick Mahomes is hurt?
Yeah. I mean, he's gotten better. The bye week definitely helped him. But He's going to be playing off of an injury. And they don't have very many receivers.
Yeah, you're right. Xavier Worthy.
The team isn't that good. They've been lucky all season. I mean,
half their games.
Half their games, right? You start week 1 and they wink of a toe, right? I mean, if Likely's toe is any smaller, that's a touchdown. You go to week 3 against the Falcons, right? That's a pass interference. I mean, there's no shot.
There's no shot that's not a pass interference.
And then the Bengals game, the fact that was a pass interference.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I get it. If one is a pass interference, the other has to be pass interference. They had to have called one in.
I think that pass interferences should be reviewable.
They are reviewable.
No, they're not.
Are they not?
They're not. You can.
Then yeah, I mean that it was a pretty blatant play. The entire Falcons sideline was like crashing out, right? I mean he got bear hugged way before the ball was anywhere close to him.
Okay, you want to go over the Ravens Steelers game?
Yeah.
Okay, so Ravens won. Big surprise.
Yeah. Right.
They went off the game just leading into the halftime, winning 21-0. The Steelers tried to catch up, but failed. They didn't know neither of the teams scored in the fourth quarter though. So
yeah, the defense looked good for the Ravens.
Derek Hill had an incredible game. He had two touchdowns.
Derek Henry.
Yes.
Okay.
That was 186 yards.
Yeah, I mean Derrick Henry's a beast, right? He's debated with the best running back in the league.
Yeah, Saquon.
Yeah, Saquon. But some people think otherwise.
George Pickens had a good game too.
You love George Pickens. I mean, you glaze George Pickens on a daily basis.
George Pickens is a good receiver.
He's a good receiver. That's it. Lad McConkey's better than Pickens, bro.
Like, I wouldn't say that.
I would.
I mean, he got what 80
yards. Not that much.
87 yards for five. Receiving. He scored once.
Yeah, I mean the Steelers. I don't think I was any surprised that the Ravens won this game. The Steelers looked more of like a team in the second half, but going into halftime, down 21 to the Ravens. At that point, you should just be giving up. I mean, I don't think any team.
Yeah, and also
I don't think any team in the league comes back from that. With just how good the Ravens are, how well the Ravens know how to run out the clock, especially with Derrick Henry,
and especially because the Steelers have had a couple of pretty hard games recently. They played the Bengals, the Chiefs, the Browns, and in this game,
the Browns.
Yes,
the Browns are not a good team. They're the 3-12. Yes, they are. Check. I swear to God, it's like 3-12 or something. Check the Cleveland's 3-14. I don't think that was a hard game.
They've lost 3 of their last 4 regular season games. So
yeah, I mean, they were
coming
leading
off
the division well. Didn't the Steelers not beat them the first time, or did they get swept by the? I mean, this was a division matchup. It was a good game, but the outcome was not surprising at all.
Okay, so let's do.
Yeah, I think the Ravens swept them. No, they didn't. The Steelers did beat the Ravens, and the Steelers kept them to their lowest points of the season. But yeah, I mean, losing to the Bengals, they lost 4 straight games. Their final 4 games in the regular season. Yeah.
No, they won.
Bengals.
They won.
Chiefs,
they won
Ravens,
against the Bengals.
No, they didn't.
They won
by 2.
They did win against the Bengals. That's what it said.
They beat them once at the beginning of the season. They beat them here December 1st. Remember, they're in the same division, so they played them twice. So they beat them once, but then
It's
into that
it's
skid.
not too much of a bad record, but
no, 10-7 is a good record.
Just not.
But the Ravens were able to come out with the division at the end of the season.
They weren't a playoff team this year. I think that next year they could do
Who?
very well.
The Bengals.
The Steelers.
Steelers are a playoff team. They just played in the playoffs.
I don't think what I'm saying is that
A contender team.
I don't think that they could
They
have
were contenders.
played
Yeah.
another game and survived. Even if
I don't think the Steelers were contenders. I mean, thinking back to the beginning of the season, a lot of people thought the Steelers were gonna make a Super Bowl or get close, and they just completely fell off.
Russell Wilson is a dude.
Russell Wilson was cooking first 6 games.
I think Russell Wilson
He was looking really good.
retire.
He probably should. Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay. So on to today's games. We got games starting here in less than 3 hours.
In 30 minutes. We have a game starting in 30 minutes.
What?
Bills Broncos game starts at 1.
At 1. It is 10:30.
I think I need to wake up.
But I think that should be just like a Steelers Ravens game. The Broncos are good.
Broncos are very good, but
the Bills are on another level this year.
And also, I don't think a rookie quarterback can compete with Josh Allen at a playoff level.
Yeah, Bo Nix is good.
Bo Nix is very good quarterback, but
if it wasn't for the Commanders, Bo Nix would win Rookie of the Year.
Yeah,
I don't know who else would have won that. Like, there was some. I mean, don't get me wrong. Brock Bowers, great player.
His team is terrible though.
Right, but to win Rookie of the Year, you have to do something. You cannot be 3-14.
My opinion is that he should maybe do one more season with the Raiders, and then maybe try to transfer to another team, because maybe a better team. Because I think that he has a great future and could be very good in the NFL if he can manage to.
What are you doing?
If he can manage to get on a good team with a good quarterback, I think that.
We're not Brock Bowers.
And
he's on his rookie contract, which is that it's just a year. If it's just a year, he can leave, right?
Yeah. I mean, if I were him, I'd probably not, unless they give me crazy amount of money. I probably would try to not extend the contract.
He's on a 4-year contract, right?
He's on 4 years.
He has 3 more years. He's got to figure it out. I mean, he can complain and stuff. He's a good guy. He hasn't complained yet. I mean, he's been playing well.
What pick did the Raiders get? 4. Maybe they can.
We're gonna go over that later. The picks, just kind of what mock drafts are and stuff. Okay.
Okay. So and then there's
Bills,
the Packers
Broncos.
Eagles games. I'm taking the Eagles all day.
I don't think they can stop Saquon. I think the Packers are going to play well offensively, but their defense cannot stop Saquon. Saquon's going to have 2 touchdowns, 200 yards.
I know the Eagles are probably not going to win, but I specifically want the Eagles to win this year.
I want the Lions to win so bad.
No, I want the Lions to win
so bad, bro.
I want the Lions to win because the Lions I believe the Lions are going to win. But I want the Eagles to win because Julio Jones is on the Eagles, and I want him to get a ring by the end of his career.
Dude, he would have that with us. But, bro, our defense cannot even hold the Patriots, and then our offense just didn't do anything. Anyways, I think the Eagles win.
The Eagles win all day.
I think the Eagles win, right?
They've had a really great year.
The Packers didn't end the season well, right? They lost to the who did they lose to at the end of the season? I know they were sitting there, guys, but Love's hurt. Jordan Love being hurt can screw them. They're on their backup quarterback for the postseason. And
what about Geno?
Geno Smith is on the Seahawks. Jordan Love's out, and I think that entire team, although they are awesome, just like the Chiefs, relies on their quarterback.
Yeah.
I think they're going to be contenders next year, especially if they can go out and make some moves this year. Keep Jordan Love.
I mean, they also got Josh Jacobs.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
But Saquon Barkley is better.
But the Eagles' run D is good. Mm-hmm. Their pass D is what hurts them, and
their O line is very good.
The Packers are not.
They have one of the best O line and one of the best defense in the league. So
no, and that's why they're the number 2 team in the NFC.
Yeah.
They've lost some close games early in the season. Second game of the season, lost to the Falcons, lost to the Buccaneers.
Oh yeah, they lost to the Falcons.
Yeah, no, the Falcons were this close, but
Yeah, I mean, I feel like if we got rid of Kirk Cousins before, and maybe had a couple more games with
Penix.
that
Yeah.
we could have seriously had a good record this year.
Yeah, I think next week could. I think we need to get our defense straight.
Our defense,
Our offense looked great against Panthers.
are
38
pretty
points.
good.
In the
If we can
you
get
know,
I'm not
in
sure
the
what pick we
relation.
have, but if we can get a good pick, we could maybe or like free agency, we could maybe pick up a good wide receiver, like a
we
really
don't
good
need a wide receiver.
I know
defense.
we have
good wide receivers. Drake London is a good player.
we have Drake London, but
You have Mooney. Darnell Mooney is a great wide
I
receiver.
guess I think that we
With
should work on
Penix.
our O line and our defense.
Our blind side, our pass rushing. Our pass rushing sucks. Right.
Houston had really great
Sometimes
in this game. Did you see that?
Oh yeah.
Did you see that when they had
yeah.
2 sacks in a row? That was crazy.
But the Falcon defense is so inconsistent. We play the Ravens and the Giants 2 games in a row. Both those games, our offense has at least one defensive, or our defense has at least one defensive touchdown and like 4 sacks, and 12 and 11 tackles for loss in both those games, right? But then the next week we go out against the Commanders. We give up 28. It's a great game. Penix looks great in the Commanders game. We go into end of regulation. We've just been unlucky with our corn flips going in overtime. 2 games in a row.
Last 2 games
in a row. We don't get the coin flip. We lose because of it.
I personally think they should make the
100%. They changed the postseason. It screws teams so much because it's not fair. It's just not a fair rule, and I get it. It's been around forever, but it's just not a fair rule.
It should be like the college overtime rule. If you play Madden, if you're an OG playing Madden, then you know it's superstar X Factor. I think that's what it's called. Yeah. But it was a game mode that it was essentially just an overtime, and each team got an attempt to score, and they should have.
It's what they do in the postseason. That's why any games that go in the postseason now. Yeah, but okay, let's get off the Falcons.
Okay, so
all right, last game. Oh no, two games left. The game tonight.
The
2 games left. The game tonight is the Bucs Commanders game.
Okay, the game tonight.
I believe is the Bucs Commanders.
Hop off. Okay, there we go. Okay, yeah, the Bucs Commanders. I'm taking Commanders all day. Commanders got to destroy.
No, see, I think the Bucs. Actually, I agree, but I don't think it's going to be a dominant game. The Bucs beat them earlier this season. So it'll be good. I'm gonna use the restroom real quick. Just cancel.
Is there a way to pause it?
No. Just keep talking. So yeah, I think it's gonna be a good game. But just talk about the Rams Vikings game. I'll get back to
you. Okay. So there's the Rams Vikings game on Monday. So tomorrow. The Vikings have a good record this year, 14-3, and the Rams have a good record at 10-7.
Yeah. So I was thinking the Rams were going to win this game until 3 days ago. For one reason, the Rams, they've beaten good teams. They beat the Bills, right?
Yeah.
They've beaten good teams. They've had some bad losses to some stupid games. If Matthew Stafford would have come out and played, and there's one factor that just decides it for me, and it's the fact that they were stripped of their home game.
For what?
They don't get to play at home. They don't get to play in LA because of the fires. Yeah. So they're forced to go play in Arizona's, right? The Cardinals Stadium. But that's not home. I don't care how you can put the closest stadium to home. It's not home. And the Rams. I thought they were going to play great at home. I found out they weren't. I don't think the Rams are going to show up. I think they're going to be devastated from the fires. They're just going to be just all around not happy. And the Vikings are going to come out for revenge after that terrible loss against the Lions. I mean, they looked so bad. What, 32-6 or something?
I mean, I don't know though, because the Vikings are in Minnesota, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So the weather
different.
change could be a lot different, and they could play a little worse than they do if they were at home.
100%. But I still think the Rams just aren't gonna be what they could be. And like I said, I think the Vikings just came out for revenge. I mean, it's gonna be like last week's game. Fully locked in my beliefs that the Lions will win the Super Bowl. Right? They lost Montgomery, and it sucked because I love Montgomery. Great running back. I didn't know how good they were going to be without him. Jamar Gibbs is showing up to be the best secondary running back in the league. 100%.
Okay.
I don't think there's a better secondary running back.
Secondary, yes.
Secondary, yeah. Right. Not running back. Secondary running back. Like Algier. Algier's not better. Right?
Tyler Algier is a very good running back.
He's a great secondary running back.
Not better than.
But Jamar Gibbs is looking like he should be. I'm not looking. He should be a starting running back for any other team. But
okay, what's your so that's all of the wild card games.
Right.
And then the divisional games.
We don't know the games for those yet.
So we know the two teams. They're going to be in divisional games automatically.
Lions and the Chiefs.
Lions and Chiefs. I think the Chiefs are going to die. And then I think
they're going to die.
They're going to die. And then I think that the Lions are going to win. Depending on the team.
I don't know if the Texans. Same thing. Chiefs are in Kansas.
You know what would be funny?
Or not Kansas. Whatever.
You know what would be funny?
What?
It'd be funny if it was another Chiefs-Eagles Super Bowl.
I'm quitting football if it's another Chiefs-Eagles Super Bowl. I'm quitting, bro.
Why?
Because I hate the Chiefs so much.
I hate the Chiefs
so much.
It's because how the NFL works. I truly think that the Chiefs will be back in the Super Bowl. Unfortunately,
I think the Bills are gonna be able to knock them out. I think the Ravens and the Bills beat them. I think the Ravens playing the Bills.
Oh my God, we got a viewer.
No. Give a like. We don't have
my fault, gang.
Look. If we can. If the Bills win in 3 hours, in 4 hours, whatever, the Ravens-Bills game could be the game of the year. I think that could be the game of the year. Both those teams are used to the cold, right? So it's going to be kind of like, Baltimore and Buffalo aren't too far away. It's going to be a great game. But, I think that game could come out of the wire in an epic showdown.
Now on the picks.
Yeah, let's go through draft picks. I know for a fact the three first teams are. Oh, maybe the Raiders have the first pick.
Didn't the Giants
the Titans, yes, but they're gonna get.
Yeah, I was about to say that the Giants absolutely sold the pick.
Well, they're projected to get what's his name, Travis Hunter.
Which ones?
Travis Hunter.
Which team?
The Giants.
Their second pick?
Third pick.
What are the teams before them?
The Titans and the Patriots.
Okay. So it's 2024. Oh yes, King. Oh my God, I can't believe that Jadeveon Clowney was the first overall pick.
When?
2014.
Seriously?
I'm looking at the old teams. Jameis Winston was the first overall pick in 2015.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Oh, I'm sorry. Number 2 is not
Oh, Vic Beasley was
the
our pick.
Patriots. Number 2 is the Browns. Yeah, the Giants need everything. So getting Travis Hunter is gonna be. I mean, Travis Hunter is a cornerback and a wide receiver, which can be helpful, but I don't really know. The Patriots sold the 3rd pick with the win at the end of the season, but the Patriots have a QB. They just need a wide receiver, and I think they could get that if they really need it. Dude, San Francisco 49ers have the 11th pick. I mean, they were 6-11 this year. That was terrible. It just shows how much they relied on CMC to carry them.
I don't think it's CMC necessarily. I think it's yes, it's definitely CMC, but I think it's kind of like a Super Bowl. What's it called? Just that they're
Madden covered thing, bro.
no, not
CMC
no. I'm
Madden
not
covered.
talking. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about more that they're still sad about the Super Bowl. So I think that could impact their play.
Yeah, Falcons have the 15th pick. I still can't believe we're projected to need a wide receiver. We have such a good wide receiver.
We are.
Yeah, but we're projected to get an edge, which is not surprising.
Oh my God.
What?
Travin. Do you know who Travin Walker is?
No.
It was the first overall pick.
A defensive end. What was a defensive end the first pick?
Aiden Hutchinson. I don't know like any of these players.
Bro.
Sauce Gardner.
No, you know Aiden Hutchinson.
Okay, let's see what the 2023 pick was. Bryce Young. Yeah. Bryce Young is good.
What was
CJ
the
Stroud is
Falcons
good.
in there?
Falcons pick Bijan Robinson.
Pick. Oh, yeah, that was such a good pick.
And then this year.
Such a lovely pick. We picked Penix like 4th or something.
No, we picked
what was
Penix 8th.
What was our pick? 8th. Bro, I remember I was so mad when they picked him. Who was the wide receiver taken? Oh, Malik. Oh, yeah, he was really good. Drake May so
Harrison.
bad. Drake May is
And
the
Drake
worst
May is the
pick.
worst.
Who's the number 1?
Caleb
Williams was so bad. He came out being so terrible.
Well, I don't think that was that terrible. I think that he came to a terrible team.
But that's the point of a QB is that they're supposed to make him better, and they didn't get better at all.
Well, they can't.
I
mean,
swear,
it's not like
you're the first pick in the draft. You're cursed.
It's
first pick in the draft is never good.
That's not true.
No, I swear they're not. It's always like the second pick in the draft that ends up being the really good one. Nick Bosa, way better than Kyler Murray. Okay.
Oh.
2020, the Bengals did well.
2020 was one of the best drafts ever.
Yeah. Who did we pick? Who did we pick first? Wait,
we picked, I think, Drake London. AJ Terrell.
He's not even good. He's okay.
AJ Terrell is amazing.
He's all right.
AJ Terrell is amazing.
Bro, what's our safety's name?
Jesse Bates?
Dude, he's a beast. When did he pick him? What the bro? I was weird.
Oh, this was a great draft. It has Joe Burrow, Chase Young, Jeffrey Okudah.
You don't even know who that is. I don't know who that is.
I do know who that is.
Tua.
Talk to Tua.
Justin Herbert was 4 years ago. Seriously.
Yeah, Justin Herbert is selling that game. You know, they're talking about trading him.
That's funny because there was some talks about Tyreek Hill going to the Chargers.
That's never happening. That's never happening.
He had a post about it. He had a post saying he wanted to go to the Chargers.
As long as Derrick Henry's on the Ravens, I don't think he's going to go to the Chargers.
What? Does Derrick Henry being on the Ravens have to do with it?
Okay. So,
what does Derrick Henry have to do?
So I think that Travis Hunter will be probably first or second or third pick.
Number 1 pick is projected to
Ashton Jeanty could be one of the first picks.
Ashton Jeanty is projected to be 13th. Oh, no, I'm sorry, 18th. You know who's projected to be 1? The QB, that one QB. I forgot what it is. I forgot who he plays for. Maybe it's
Carson Beck.
Ohio State. No. Oh my God, he's so bad. I know we're Atlanta, but like No, please no.
I think that the Falcons are going to choose a kicker for the first pick.
They're projected to pick out edge. Yeah, I said that one time.
Okay, so
Okay, hold on.
I believe that
Cam Ward for Miami. The QB from Miami.
it's kind of weird.
Mock drafts.
I don't
So
like
mock draft
that.
watch 2 is projected to take.
Tua.
Oh, they're projected to take Oh, this changed. Look, he said something. Say hi.
Who is that?
I don't know. I don't know chat.
Hi, E&E Power.
ENP power fire. Projected number 1 is Cameron Ward. Projected number 2 is Travis Hunter. Projected number 3, who I forgot about, was Sean Sanders for the
Oh,
from
like
the
John
Buffalo,
Sanders
from
boy?
Buffalo. Yes. Yes. Let's see who the fuck's projected to take here. For the 15th pick,
Player.
we're projected to take James Pierce Jr. Edge from Tennessee.
Fun.
Yes, indeed. Indeed, it's fun.
Hey, ENP Power. If you would like to comment, what do you think the 1 o'clock game today is going to end up being? I believe that's the Vikings game. Correct.
The 1 o'clock game is the Bills.
Oh, that's the
Broncos
Bills
game.
Bronco game.
Broncos. That's crazy. I mean, the Broncos could win. They came out. I mean, obviously, they won 38-0 against.
Remember me? You said you got.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I think the Broncos could win, but the Bills are just too dominant.
I mean, yeah, I think the Broncos are a very good team, and that Bo Nix is crazy, like you said.
They don't have any playoff
That's-
experience though. Right? Bo Nix never been in the playoffs,
Bo Nix
and
this
Josh
is
Allen has been to so many playoff games.
Unfortunately, he
Yeah,
has not won a Super Bowl. I can't believe that he's never even made it to the Super Bowl.
Well, he's been with the Lions. He was with the Lions when they were super bad.
Yeah.
I think it'll be a good game though. I don't think it's gonna be a blowout like yesterday's games were.
Oh, the Broncos actually destroyed the Chiefs.
Yeah.
I can't believe
It just shows how bad their secondary is.
I can't believe that.
I mean, you'd think they'd at least score some points, right?
Yeah, I mean that was a crazy game.
No, it was.
I didn't realize the Broncos were that good.
It just shows how bad the Chiefs secondaries are.
Mhm.
Right? If one of their guys goes down, they're gonna be terrible. If Mahomes goes down, they're gonna be terrible.
Yeah, Josh Allen does
Um,
always lose in the playoffs.
That is very true. That is very, very true.
Hey, ENP Power, maybe you could get your friends to watch our stream.
Bro.
You're our first viewer.
Yeah, for real. Of all time. This is our first podcast.
It's our second podcast. Yeah.
This is the first one you've been.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what else do you want to talk about?
We can go to I'll talk about college football for a little bit.
Okay. I'll try to communicate.
I
much
gotta
about
do something real
college.
quick though. So we'll be back. I'll be back in 2 minutes.
Okay. I'll just talk.
Talk about NBA or something.
I'm not gonna talk
I
about
gotta
the.
go
I'm
check
not
out
talking about the NBA.
You love the NBA, man. Talk about Matt Ryan or college football or Madden or something.
Okay. Okay. So, yes, there's 3 games today. The Bills Broncos game that happens at 1, so 2 hours. There's the Packers and Eagles games that happens at 4:30, and the Commanders Buccaneers game that happens at 8. We talked about that earlier. We think that the Bills, the Eagles, and the Commanders are going to win. And then tomorrow, there is one game, the Vikings Rams game, and we think that the Vikings are going to win. And yeah, it's just it was moved. The entire game was moved to Arizona because of the wildfires, and we believe that could have an impact on the Rams.
Yeah, I think the Packers could win depending on how how Jalen Hurts is coming back off of his concussion. If he gets hurt, if he gets it again, and just like Tua, right? after their first concussion, it's just down. Are you okay?
Yeah.
It's just downhill from there. That Tua's just been hurt so many times.
Yeah, the Packers could win. Just
It's the Eagles' run game that scares me.
and the running game is really good this year, and the Packers don't have Jordan Love.
They don't. Packers are without Jordan Love, which is gonna screw them.
I think that there's always a chance, though.
All right, I'll talk about college football for a little bit then. So we had 2 games Thursday, Friday.
Notre Dame won.
Sugar and Orange Bowl. Notre Dame won in a thriller. That game was so
That
fun
was a
to
good
watch.
game, yes.
So fun to watch. I hope Penn State won though. I did not want the Texans to win, or the Notre Dame to win.
Texans.
Texas.
Yeah, the Bengals did make the playoffs. It was an interesting season. I think Jamar Chase had a great season. I think
that
Joe Burrow had a great
I
season.
think the Bengals is good defense.
I think that yes, I agree. If the
Bengals
had a good defense, they would be
Super Bowl
contenders this year.
easily. I mean, they'd be like 3 seed.
Yeah.
2 seed, right? Their offense is the best offense in the league.
Yeah, it is.
You can't tell me it's not. They put up so many points every game, but they're giving up so many points every game. They have
Because they just
the most points given
their
up per game.
defense just sucks.
Yeah, it's really bad. But I think if they can go out this year and just try to get a few guys,
They did win against the Steelers.
I think if they can go out this year and get a few guys, they're gonna make playoffs next year, and then they're gonna be scary. Okay, so Notre Dame did beat Penn State
Because the Bengals are 9-8, which is not too great.
They did start off horrible. The Bengals were like what, 2-5 to the season. They lost to 1 game to the Chiefs. What should have 100% not been pass interference. Just another bailout for the.
Yeah, I mean the Chiefs are just they get bailed out every time. I mean like we said earlier, the Bengals game
Ravens
should have
game,
been a pass interference.
The Falcons
game should not have.
No, it should have been.
Should have been a pass interference.
And the Bengals
the Falcons game, and should not have been a one for the Bengals game. Yeah, definitely. Jamar Chase.
Yeah.
What is his stats here?
No, he had the most, I think, receptions, receiving yards, and touchdowns of a wideout this year, which was not surprising.
And it's crazy because
him and Joe Burrow are such a good duo together.
Yeah,
good.
They're just like they have good chemistry. But it's sad because the best wide receiver in the entire league doesn't even make playoffs.
Yeah. It sucks. And that's why I won't be surprised if Jamar Chase ends up leaving soon. Yeah, 18 touchdowns and 100 yards.
I mean, his 18 touchdowns. Wow.
His contract expires this year.
It does?
I think so. And if he doesn't want to be here, then if he wants to go somewhere, let me check.
Okay, Jamar Chase.
Jamar's contract.
Okay, so yeah, he has 1,700 yards, 127 receiving
receptions, 17 touchdowns.
I mean, that's more than 10 yards of reception. That's pretty great stats. Yeah. 17 touchdowns, and I mean, it's like you said, it's the best season he's had. They've won their last 5 games.
Oh right, they did exactly what they needed to make playoffs.
Just in the beginning of the season.
Yeah, no, the Falcons are our team, and
they should have won the game against the Panthers because like we said, I don't know.
It didn't matter. It didn't matter if we won because the Bucks came back and won that game.
And then also the overtime rule made it so that they got the ball first, just like in the Commanders game.
I think you went in the locker room finding out the Bucks won, and the defense didn't care. Well, the defense just gave up.
They probably didn't want to hurt themselves. They probably didn't want to play, so they would hurt themselves.
Yeah.
So they played, but they didn't play.
But they didn't really try.
If the Saints won, they would have played a lot harder, I feel like.
Yeah. Defense for the Falcons is just like the Bengals. So just I mean, not necessarily as bad.
Well, our defense
But
was
they
really
suck.
good around the end of the season.
They were good against the bad teams, and then
Yeah.
they're
What
bad
is
against the
the
good.
what is the stats of the defense? If you,
Not
if
great.
you just want to talk about some stuff.
Yeah, the Falcons. This was a really important year for the Falcons, though. Like any Falcons fan, it's a good year just because we know we have a chance now, and that we're like,
Oh yeah.
right. I mean, next year if Penix can like learn from Kirk and become better, and just continue being
learn from Kirk.
Right, and we can go out and get some defenders.
Bijan Robinson had a momentous season this year.
Bijan,
1,456 yards this season.
Yeah, he's a great running back. And I think our like wide receivers and stuff like Drake London, Darnell Mooney, both of them are good.
So we had.
I think our offense is really good.
We had a total of 31 sacks this season.
That's okay. Yeah, it wasn't great. It really wasn't great.
We had a total of 17 points scored by the defense. Yeah, Drake London had a good game.
17 points scored by the defense?
Yeah.
How do you have what?
Wait, what?
How do you get 17 points on defense?
I may be on the wrong. What is GP?
GP?
Right? Well, we had a good season.
GP does not mean game points. Drake London went off. Yeah, for real. Drake London is a really good receiver.
I think
he's an overlooked receiver.
Penix and Drake London, I feel like already have chemistry.
Mm-hmm. I think our running game is really good. I think we have Alger and Bijan are both really good. And then we have Kyle Pitts. He didn't do much this year, but if he can do better next year, it'll be a good season for the Falcons. Yeah, 8-9, just shy of the playoffs.
Kirk
couldn't get our
Kirk O'Chains.
He did well the first few games.
He played well the first few games, and then he couldn't throw a pass without throwing an interception. So
yeah, that Chargers game really screwed us.
I was at the game.
Yeah, you were.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that.
And then
you texted me about that. I was
at your first NFL game.
Yeah,
that was fun. But that was an easy.
That was a great game.
That was an easy game.
37-7.
Yeah, it was a great game. Okay, so let's talk about something. It's not Falcons.
All right, I have to go back to college football. So then, last night, 2 nights ago, Ohio State did beat Texas, and it looked a lot more blood than it really was. Texas was on the 9-yard line with like 3 minutes left in the game, and about to score a touchdown, and the QB got sacked, fumbled, and you're a Tennessee fan. I'm a Florida Gators fan. Florida Gators, all the way. I love the swamp.
UGA.
I'm a UNC fan. I'm a Tar Heel fan and a Gator fan. My dad went to UF, and then I was born in North Carolina. So I'm just like,
I was born and raised in Atlanta.
I was a mix of both those teams. I love both of them, but football wise, I cheer for the Gators a lot more than UNC.
I don't really watch college football. I watch if the Bulldogs game or if a Georgia team is on, I'll watch it.
Yeah, that's fair. Like I said though, Texas gave up the fumble with 3 minutes left, and the Ohio State defense ran it back for an 82-yard touchdown.
Yeah, that's pretty great.
Yes, you did indeed beat the Gators after fumbling on the 1-yard line. I'm very aware that you beat us in overtime.
This dude.
But I think next year we have a really good draft class, and DJ Lagway is gonna be our savior. DJ Lagway. He's gonna be a savior. He's gonna be our savior, and he could legitimately do some stuff for us. But yeah, no, Tennessee's really good. Oh, you were at the Tennessee game? Damn, yeah, you guys know Ohio State. I think Ohio State's gonna win the college football championship. I mean, they just look too dominant. Like they beat they beat Tennessee dominantly. They just completely destroy Oregon. Like it's none of their business. And then they go out and they take care of Texas. I don't think Notre Dame's good enough to beat them at all.
What are your thoughts on the standings for the NFL?
I think they're pretty accurate based on how the team did this year.
Really?
But I think it's really funny. I think that
I thought that Raiders were going to do really good this year.
I did.
I also thought that did not think the Giants were going to do
No,
good.
I knew it would be terrible.
I thought that
The Bears were gonna be better. I think the Bears were gonna be better this year.
yeah, and I thought that
I thought the Seahawks were gonna like dominate. I mean, they did. They were 10-7.
obviously I
but
thought the 49ers were going to do a little bit better.
yeah, just
but-
a little bit, just a little bit.
Not be the worst in their division, considering that went to the Super Bowl last year.
Yeah, personally, I think that the NFC South, like the reputation of all four of those teams being average teams, kind of bad, is just going away. And I think the new NFC South is the AFC South.
No, the AFC South sucks.
That's what I'm saying. They're becoming the NFC South.
Oh.
The AFC South. I mean, the Texans, the Colts, the Jags, and the Titans are all so bad.
I think
They're
that
all so terrible.
I think the NFC has a good future.
I think the NFC, that in the past, the AFC has just been
Okay, but
AFC North is the hardest division. No.
AFC North is
Nope.
what teams?
NFC North is the hardest division. I mean, don't get me wrong. The AFC, who's the AFC North?
Pittsburgh, Baltimore.
Yeah, no,
Cincinnati.
I disagree. I think the NFC North,
The NFC North is
way better than the AFC
because
North.
they have the Lions,
Lions, Packers, Vikings, dude.
Vikings.
I mean,
and
that is just
the Bears.
those three teams are just.
The Bears kind of suck.
Well, no, the Bears are terrible, but then the AFC North also has.
I think that the Saints are going to be bad next year.
I mean, the Saints are going to be terrible.
We're Falcons fans, so
I think the Falcons.
we have to hate.
I think the Falcons,
have-
Panthers, and Bucks are all going to be good teams next year.
Yeah, I think just seeing how Bryce Young has played in the last few games, I think that the Panthers are going to be very good this year.
Yeah, I think Adam Thielen is going to be once again. I think Adam Thielen's an overlooked wide receiver who's just on a bad team, so no one knows his name. I think Bryce Young's
he
figured
played
out.
for the Vikings.
I think the Panthers, if they can go out and get another wide receiver, now that they have Chuba Hubbard, who is really good, right? I think he's a great running back. He's nothing necessarily super special, but he's really good.
Then Tampa, Baker Mayfield's doing really good.
Tampa's good. Tampa's scary good. I think, like I said, I think the Falcons, the Bucks, and the Panthers are all going to be above average.
I hope because
Good teams
of
next
Penix that the Falcons are going to have a good season next year.
I think the Falcons can make the playoffs. I don't know if they win the division. I don't know who
Yeah.
the Bucks are. The Bucks can come on next season and be terrible.
You never know.
I think Falcons will make the playoffs next year.
Who do you
It's just a wild card team. I think they'll make the playoffs next year.
Yeah.
What are you saying about?
Nothing.
It'll be close. The Falcons have some big wins this year, though. 100%. 100% they're going to go out and pick up some good defense.
There's no reason that they should not pick defense.
I think they have, like a 17th?
It was
17th.
sad when they lost against the Rams. I was rooting for the Bengals.
Yeah. I've always been rooting for the Bengals since they got Joe Burrow. I've always loved Joe Burrow.
Like LSU.
No. I hate LSU.
So you hate Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow.
No.
Justin Jefferson?
I hate LSU as a school
No, that was probably the
and
best.
a college football
That was
team.
probably the best team in college football history, or one of the best teams. I mean, Jamar Chase.
Alabama
If
looked
Jamar
really
Chase,
good,
Joe
though.
Burrow, and Justin Jefferson were on the same team today,
Oh my god, that'd be unfair, bro.
that would be just unfair.
Oh, that would be really, really funny.
That would be like like if Calvin Johnson, Jerry Rice, and Tom Brady were on the same team. It's just
Yeah.
unfair.
Yeah, that'd be unfair. Yeah, no, I think it'll be. I think it'll be a fun. I think next season is gonna be really fun. As a Falcons fan, as a football fan, I think the Chiefs are gonna get worse, which I think a lot of people are really, really hoping for. I know as a Bengals fan, you probably hope that the Chiefs are gonna be duty next year. I think the Chiefs are just falling off, like they're losing everyone.
The Chiefs are kind of like booty.
I think the Chiefs. I think Joe Burrow is, in my opinion, I think he's the best quarterback right now.
I don't think that.
I think Mahomes is having.
I don't think Mahomes is a three-peat Super Bowl champion.
No, I think Kelsey needs to retire. I think
Kelsey
that whatever he has Taylor Swift.
Oh
But
yes, Taylor
Okay.
Swift.
Go propose to her, get married, and then retire from football because you're old. And I mean, you see his stats this year. He had like 2 touchdowns this year.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
he
pretty
looks
sad.
terrible this year.
He's just. I would say that he's probably a top 3 or to top 5 tight end of all time.
You should win MVP. The only reason Joe Burrow won MVP is the fact that that the Bengals didn't even make the playoffs. Right? He got all his records, but they didn't make the playoffs at all.
Josh Allen
They were close.
should get the MVP.
It depends
Or
on
Saquon. Saquon should probably get the MVP.
or Derrick Henry, right?
But NFL doesn't like giving MVPs to any player but the quarterbacks.
All right, so he had 97 receptions, 800 yards, 3 touchdowns. That's it.
Wow.
His longest of the season was 38. That's kind of crazy.
That's crazy. Right?
And that, like, the longest, he had Cincinnati, right? They played Cincinnati. They won, but he had one reception that entire game.
Yeah.
That's like, it's bad. That's like really bad.
Mm-hmm.
His highest yards this season was 100. It's yeah, I think the MVP goes to whoever wins next week. Like I said, I think the Bills obviously win this today. And I think if whoever wins between the Bills and whoever wins between the Bills or the Ravens, I think that quarterback wins the MVP. Both those players, or both those quarterbacks, are phenomenal on another level. Jared Goff is
better.
Too average.
No.
He's not a good quarterback. He's not a Lamar Jackson. He's a good quarterback, but he's nothing extra. Like, he doesn't run for 17 rushing touchdowns like Allen did. He doesn't throw for 400 yards a game like Lamar did, right? He's a great quarterback. He completely carries the Lions, but he doesn't have anything extra to push himself over the top like Lamar does, right? If Lamar had the stats of
Josh Allen.
No, not Josh Allen. Lions.
Okay, that's fine.
All right. See ya.
Bye.
I think if he had the stats of, like, what's the Lions quarterback? I'm blanking on his name.
Jared
Goff. I think if Lamar Jackson had the stats of Jared Goff, or the attributes of Jared Goff, the Ravens would be a 7th seed. Right. I think the Lions are perfect for Jared Goff. I think Jared Goff fits in perfectly, where if he was on any other team, he would not be as good.
Mm-hmm.
That is his team. Everyone around him makes him what he is. I think Montgomery and Jamar Gibbs before Montgomery was hurt, best running back duo in the league.
I think we should do this for about like 21 minutes.
We should probably stop it now.
Stop it now?
Yeah, I think we don't have anything else to talk about.
All
right, so yeah, but we'll probably do a podcast. What next?
Probably next week.
Because we won this like Tuesday or next week. We did this Tuesday about upcoming games.
I can't do Tuesday. I have practice.
Oh yeah. We just do next like Saturday.
Probably next Saturday, Sunday. Okay.
All right. So yeah, we'll do another podcast next week. But
I think next weekend is.
Make sure to go.
Martin Luther King weekend.
It's maybe.
What-
Make sure to go watch our new shorts. We'll be posting off of the week, and
There's no one watching.
I don't know. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Bye. Yeah, it is. We have a 3-day weekend next weekend. It is
That's
so